Well, all Arsenal fans were sent into frenzy today when those photos of Gabriel Jesus training at London Conley went viral on social media. But today, when Mikel Arteta reached Portugal, he held a press conference and obviously he just poured water onto everything that had really raised the expectations of Arsenal fans around the world that maybe Gabriel Jesus was going to make his return against Sporting Lisbon. Welcome to Rokani Media Football. This is Rokani Media, and good morning, guys, and where you're watching us from. This is the channel that brings you sports news, football news coming in from every football team around the world apart from Manchester United. If at all you want to see Taco United stuff, there is an independent channel known as United Matters channel. That's where you can get us. So the excitement of Gabriel Jesus has finally been paused because Arteta has dropped a Jesus shocking hint ahead of the Sporting Lisbon game. We are talking about Emily Smith-Rowe. There is Fabio Vieira. There is Arsenal reunion or Arsenal facing Hector Bellerin, who is playing for Sporting Lisbon. Remember, Arsenal late him go to Barcelona free, and Barcelona really loaned him to Sporting Lisbon, and I think there is a buy clause later in the summer. So let's get this started, guys. But let's see close to 200 likes smashed onto this video such that it really gets viral. Now, Mikel Arteta, in his own mouth, he has told us that on resisting temptation to rush Gabriel Jesus back, he said, we will try not to rush him back. We'll try to make a fair assessment between what he needs and when he's comfortable, as well as give the team a boost that they will need in the next few weeks. Then he said, everything is going on well. He needs time to get himself that confident and physical state to compete with a free mind. And when he's free to do that, we will throw him in. So, when you look at what Mikel Arteta is going to say, it shows you that it's not yet time for Gabriel Jesus to be thrown in. That's it. That he's not going to hurry to bring him in because of fear of a setback. But let's first look at it in this way. For the very first time, I've seen Arsenal travel for a European game away, and they've not released the traveling squad. You get? And Arteta is telling us that they're going to release the squad tomorrow. That's what he's telling us. And I'm asking myself, what are they hiding? What are they hiding? Because there might be something they're hiding. Are these mind games that Mikel Arteta is really trying to play? Because you can't tell me that you are not going to let us know who you've traveled with. That is something that I'm really puzzled and perplexed about here onto the Rokani Media Football, because many times he comes out and tells us who is available and who they've traveled with. But this time around, Mikel Arteta just said nothing about it. And when asked about the team news, he just kept quiet. So it shows you how he has something that is hiding. There is something that is being hidden by Mikel Arteta that he doesn't want to let us know about. Why do you tell us to wait until tomorrow to know when? All right, this is what he had to say on the team news, and let me flash it on the screen because I had not really put it onto my Twitter account. Let me put it here and read it to you and see how Mikel Arteta is going to hate to react. You get? This is ridiculous. There is something that's being hidden. Is Gabriel Jesus going to be ushered? Has he traveled? Has he traveled with them? Because even on the website, a list has not been published. Why is Arsenal secretive about the players they've traveled with to Portugal? I want to know what's the cause of this secrecy. You get? I want to know. I'm inquisitive about this. It's unusual of Arsenal. This is not what Arsenal does. They don't do it this way. You get? The moment the team lands in Portugal, they would have already put up a list of those players that traveled with them to that side. But Arteta, when asked about the team news, he said, news on the squad will be out tomorrow, that is today. We have brought a few players and you'll see tomorrow who is available. Can you imagine? Can you imagine? Sorry about that. Have you ever seen Mikel Arteta reacting that way? What is he hiding? What is he hiding? Is it about Gabriel Jesus that's being hidden from us? You get? What is he hiding? What is he hiding? There must be something that he's really hiding about this situation. And let me hope it's not bad, but according to my understanding, I'm believing, or I'm starting to believe, that you might see Jesus with the team tomorrow. I'm really having that in me, because however much he's talking about not rushing him, he doesn't have a striker. Jesus has confirmed us that he's fit and ready to go. The manager needs to make a decision. He's talking about not hurrying him. It's pretty shocking and worrying to Arsenal fans. Why? If a player is back to that level, then you expect him at least to come, even if he comes in and plays some 10 minutes or 15 tomorrow or today. But him telling us that they will need him to get confident and settle in, and understand that the kind of injury he got is not a usual injury. Why? The knee is the pivot of every movement that he makes around. His trickeries he makes in the field of play are really based on his knee. So the knee is the pivot of the entire body. You get? It carries a lot of weight from the head to the thighs. The knee is responsible for that. So he needs to be really cared about a lot. But why has he not told us the squad of the traveling members to Portugal? That is something that I'm really inquisitive about, and I'm here waiting tomorrow to see who and who is going to be in Portugal, and that is going to be revealed later in the night towards the start of the game, and that's when we'll be knowing the squad. And I think they've added some 1, 2, 3 players coming in from the academy. That is on the B list because they had to really have a huge number of players going in there for you. So Arsenal might not be having some good number of players with them, but I think Jesus is the huge question. Is he with the club? Did he travel with the club to Portugal? We are waiting to see, because the video I only saw Emily Smith-Rowe, Gabriel Magalhaes, Odegaard, Edu, and Mikel Arteta. I never saw other players there. So I don't know why they are hiding. What are they hiding? This is worrying, and again keeping you anticipative. You get? Lots of questions have been left in the eyes of we, the pundits, all the analysts of this football news that Mikel Arteta has put out today about the team news of Arsenal. So I don't know what your thoughts are about that, but it's pretty shocking about Gabriel Jesus. To me, I thought maybe he would have a go in this beautiful game of football. And you guys were excited when I put up that video when he was training at London Conley. Now, we all know that Fabio Vieira was playing for FC Porto. FC Porto is a team that plays in the Premier La Liga, the top tier league of Portugal. Remember, there are 3 huge teams coming in from Portugal: Benfica, FC Porto, and Sporting Lisbon. So he has faced Sporting Lisbon on several occasions. Remember, he left last summer and he joined Arsenal, meaning that he 100% knows the players that play for Sporting Lisbon and how Sporting Lisbon go ahead to really treat their game of football. And Arteta was asked that if he tapped into Fabio Vieira's knowledge of Sporting Lisbon. He said, for sure, that was the first thing that we did, because it's great to have the knowledge and the understanding of someone from the country who knows the manager and his international teammates. It's always very useful, meaning that there are some teammates or there are some players that Fabio Vieira played with at the under 21 of Portugal national team. So he knows them and they play for Sporting Lisbon. So as it stands, they also have Hector Bellerin there. So the manager Mikel Arteta is still paying a lot of attention to detail, and I think he got a brief from Fabio Vieira, and he was going to confirm to us that he had to sit him down and talk to him to reveal to him what system, how do they play, how do they transit, you are playing the midfield, who looks like the deadly player they are having there. So Pedro Porro left. I think for him, they're not going to discuss about him. I think Matthias Nunes left also. He came to Wolverhampton Wanderers. So the rest of the players are really there to go ahead and really face Arsenal. But Mikel Arteta is already well briefed by Fabio Vieira. And Fabio Vieira is available to play for a side of Arsenal. So tomorrow or today, the beautiful game of football is going to happen in Portugal and Estadio Valverde. That's where the game of football is going to take place. Arsenal have trained there and photos have not yet released, so it shows you how confident this is being kept by Arsenal. Whatever Mikel Arteta is hiding, it's God who knows. I don't know why this time round he has been so secretive about who he has traveled with. All of the times he has gone ahead to really tell us the entire squad, but talking about Fabio Vieira, Emile Smith-Rowe, that's it. Gabriel Jesus, we don't know whether he has traveled with them or not. Other sources close to Arsenal indicating that he has traveled to Portugal. Others say he might not have traveled. So it's really confusing, but we all know that Ramsdale is there, Matt Turner is there, Tomiyasu is there, Zinchenko, Jakub Kiwior, who is expected to get his debut today against Sporting Lisbon, Saliba, Gabriel Magalhaes, Thomas Partey, Jorginho, Odegaard, Granit Xhaka, Martinelli, Emile Smith-Rowe, Reece Nelson, Bukayo Saka, who else? So just to mention but a few, and we are so much left in suspense by Mikel Arteta. So let's wait and see when that team news will be up. We'll be here live letting you know about what Arsenal is going to be like in Sporting Lisbon. But I told you it's not going to be an easy one. Arsenal might win it, but with marginal differences. That's it. You get? It's going to be a game of sorry about that. It's going to be a game of fine margins according to me. I don't expect Arsenal to go on and put 3 goals past Sporting Lisbon there. But I know when they bring them to Emirates, they can put 3 past them. Now, Arteta on reuniting with Hector Bellerin. Why Hector Bellerin? Hector Bellerin, as I told you, he's now on loan from Barcelona to Sporting Lisbon. And Arteta said, I absolutely love the person and the player. He was a really important player for our club, one who left something beyond just his career, but as a person at our football club. It will be great to see him. That is Mikel Arteta. That it will be great to see Hector Bellerin. One of those players that Arsene Wenger got from the La Masia Academy of Barcelona that came in and really played that right back position at Arsenal after, I think, was it Eboué or Sanya? One of those. So he looked a very fine player, but they fell out with Mikel Arteta. That's it. Because Arteta never wanted players that never respected him at Arsenal, because they knew him as a player at Arsenal. Remember, Hector Bellerin was one of those players that was at Arsenal when Mikel Arteta was still playing for Arsenal, before Pep Guardiola took him to Man City to act as his assistant coach there. So that's why he let him go. You get? The ego was really huge. He was not respecting him, and that's why he only left Granit Xhaka there. Most of the players that he played with at Arsenal, when he was still a player under Arsene Wenger, he just sold them all. He sold them. Mesut Ozil, Hector Bellerin, which other? There are very many players that when returned, we are still at Arsenal, and they knew him personally, and he knew that respect was not going to be passed on, and he really moved them on. So guys, thank you very much for watching in through. Smash the like button, comment and share. If at all you're watching us for the very first time, endeavor to subscribe to this channel so as not to miss out on stories that we do upload in on a daily. Your thoughts on Arteta dropping Jesus, or Jesus' shocking hint ahead of Sporting Lisbon match, are welcome in the comment section below. What do you think about Fabio Vieira? and that beautiful game of football Arsenal is going to be playing today against Sporting Lisbon. Obviously, we sum it up with Hector Bellerin, who is going to be facing Arsenal for the very first time ever since he left them for good. Good morning, good night, and may the Lord bless your day and night, because he is the healing hope, or the living hope that we have. Not so? I'm out.